like a boss.
Oh yes, I keep the bank rolling.
Like a boss.
Sipping lean, big paper hold.
Like a boss.
Hello gamers with million question how to do something, and welcome to brand new tutorial how I can be super rich in GTA 5 online. So let's start with lesson number 1. First thing what you will need arena war vehicle fully upgraded. Check my bank account. I have 22 millions, and like you see in my previous videos, I use Easy Nightmare, this one. But in this purpose I will I will buy new Easy Classic, and I upgrade it in Future Shock. And why we are doing this? Yes, it will cost around 5 millions, but you cannot take this like some cost. You should consider this like some kind of investment. And why I say investment? Because when you duplicate this car, value of this car will be from 1.6 to 1.9 millions, depend what you put on it. And that means with 3 duplications, you will get everything you invest in this car back, and everything after that will be pure profit. And yes, hello, good morning. That's the reason why we're doing this. Okay? So once when you have everything on your Easy Future Shock in this case, you should put it on its place and you are ready to start with this glitch. This glitch I showed you yesterday. This is infinitive car duplication. You need one friend to help you, and I will also try to help you to provide you easier way how you can make preparation and setup for this glitch. And that part is related with that part with MOC. So to begin with this glitch, you will need one friend. That friend need to have bunker, and that friend need to have MOC. You will need to have MOC, and you will need to have CEO building. And also you will need to have car you're going to duplicate, and this is like you see with all payments I put on these upgrades for Easy Future Shock. You will need to put it in any garage, and you will need to put free LG inside of your MOC. And your friend should invite you in his session, and after you join in his session, you need to go in his bunker, so he will need to invite you in his bunker. You should play this in invite only session, and your friend only need to have this long caddy in his bunker. And why long one? Because they are lower and it's easier for you to step on it in the moment when you will run away from the shooting range. So how to solve this first problem with shooting range? Follow my steps and instructions very, very carefully, and you cannot miss. When you are here and in top left corner you have option to go in shooting range, press options online and go to criminal enterprise. Now when you hover over criminal enterprise, press and hold options, then press X and millisecond after that release options. To know that you hit it correctly, when you press interactive button here, you need to get menu from interactive menu. If you fail, same like me, repeat process. And once when you hit it and you are in criminal enterprise, and then you press interactive menu button, you need to see this menu. Press circle to exit this menu, and then press right arrow on D-pad, and with right stick scroll down to weapons. When you are here, and you press on weapons of course, and when you are here, you will press X on pistol, and half second after that you will press triangle and then run to this caddy. If you make this part too quick, you will simply be frozen on shooting range, and that's something you don't want it happens. But in case you experience that, you will simply repeat that process from shooting range. So it's not big deal. After that, your friend need to park this caddy exactly near this wall and go behind his MOC, and he need to have option to step inside alone or with nearby friends. And then when he have nearby friends, he will hover over that option and you will start again shooting range pistol. After timer go to 0 and your character put his hands down, your friend in that moment now will accept to go in MOC with nearby friends. And to know that you hit it correctly, you have to see his MOC together with him suddenly disappear. You will be frozen, and to unfroze your character, options online criminal enterprise starter pack, and simply browse a little bit down, press circle to quit it, and when you get weapon wheel, simply commit suicide. That's it. After you respawn, you will be on docks, and tell your friend to go straight to the docks. If you are spawned here on this location, request your mobile operations center, because mobile operations center will be spawned on location where you will need it. When you request mobile operations center, second thing what you will request is that you will call your mechanic and request that easy future shock or any other car you are going to duplicate. But don't use supercars or trash like that, because you won't be able to sell it. That's the point. Use cars I recommend, because there is a reason why I recommend specific cars. I don't want you to drive that cars, I want you to store them in garage, that you keep them like value when you will need money, not to show them. That's it. I hope this part is clear. So when you are here with your car and MOC, when your friend is here, tell your friend to request Batmobile, because he will need it. So behind your MOC there is one green-blue container. And we will use this container for something in this glitch what you can see around 1 year ago. So you will use your jerry can and make line around that container. You don't need to go everywhere around, but these two sides are the most important. Front side and this back side. On this, like you see where is that letters. This is something where you need to have a line, because we will use them to park car on some specific place. So now when you mark lines around container, simply tell your friend to use Batmobile to move container from that position. Okay? And when he tell you that he move container, or you see that he move container, you should see lines. You just draw on the street that you know on that location you have previously placed container. Next step, what you have to do is to park MOC at the start of this first front line. But when you park it, that you have blue circle inside of that shape what you write with jerrycan gasoline. Okay? So it should be exactly like this. And final step what you have to do is to park your easy half on the line, on that long line, and to be ready for next step, because two possible things can happen here. So you will park it here a little bit to be more inside, and you need to have option to press right on D-pad to store it in your MOC, and you will press right on D-pad. If you press right on D-pad and you have a free LG inside, this is what you must see. If you just press X, or if you press and hold X, two different scenarios can happen. First, the best one is that you see animation how you go inside of MOC, but suddenly you just spawn back on location where you leave your car, and you see your car half is outside and half is in container. And you simply press triangle and continue with game. But if you get infinitive loading screen and you see your character entering MOC in bunker, then your friend should drive his Batmobile under your MOC and pull it up in the air. And when MOC is in the air, your screen will suddenly unfreeze. So I hope this part is clear. Two things can happen. That you go inside of MOC and suddenly you spawn half in container, half outside, and that's perfect. That's the best thing what can happen. And second, more complicated option is that you are in a bunker behind of MOC and your friend have to unfreeze you. So when you get your screen back in this worst option, simply commit suicide. And you will spawn again on the docks, of course. And now, last step what you have to do is that you and your friend go straight to your MOC building. You can go together, you can go separately, it doesn't really matter. Only thing what is important is that you request at this moment, not request, to send your MOC back to storage. That's the most important part. And when you are here near third Alta apartment 10, that your friend step outside and request his MOC because he can spawn it here. You will go near your MOC building, CEO building, and it doesn't matter where you have CEO building. That's very important part. When you are in front of the building, request your MOC and drive it same way, like I show you in my last video, that you park it, that behind you have some wall and your MOC is parked on some angle, that you have blue circle behind, but when you watch and optically compare, you understand that that ramp behind on the trailer physically cannot open, that you have that concrete wall which blocks it to open. That's the point. Because we don't want to get that animation how you store car inside of your MOC. So you can take some 30-25 degree angle, it will be pretty enough. You just need to have that blue circle behind and that's it. So when you step outside of your MOC, you need to have this blue circle, and like you see, that ramp on the trailer cannot open because it will be blocked with concrete wall. Your friend will park his MOC at the entrance of your garage, and that will be place where your car will spawn each time when you go in MOC, and he is free to leave your session, and now you are on your own. So first thing what you need to check at this moment is, do you have free elegy stored behind of inside actually of your MOC? So you will request new elegy and you will try to store it in MOC. If you have already some elegy inside, that means you have it stored inside. So now second step is to request car you are going to duplicate, and that will be Future Shock Easy in my case, because I show you at the beginning of this video which will be car I'm going to use for this car duplication. And you have just few steps. Go behind MOC, press right on the D-pad to store it, accept this, that personal vehicle storage is full, and you will be spawned of location of MOC of your friend, and simply drive it inside elevator to store it inside your CEO garage. If you don't have that blue circle, simply go on the street, commit suicide. After you commit suicide, run back to that vehicle, and then go straight to elevator to store it in garage. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, I don't remember, I stored over 40 copies of cars inside of CEO buildings, so level 1 and 3 are fully filled with cars, and level 2 still have some space. And you will see right now, this will be my first car what I store inside. So second step right now is that I request new free elegy and store it inside of MOC. Okay? In the meanwhile, I will take this car in the workshop and change something like color plate, whatever, to save it. And once when I'm done with that, I will drive car outside because I will use it for next duplication. And when I get notification that my free elegy is delivered, I will again go behind my MOC and store it inside. And once when I'm outside, you know the process. Go back in your CEO garage. And when you are in CEO garage, if you cannot get that blue circle near the elevator, commit suicide. When you are in CEO garage, request new free elegy. And in meanwhile, simply go in workshop, change something. When you change, go back on the street. And again, inside of MOC. And again, go in garage. And again, request new free elegy. And again, change something. And as long as you have power, you can make unlimited car duplication. So guys, this is so powerful glitch. You can make tons of car dupes. So take advantage while it still works. If you fulfill all garage, all CEO garage, move cars and continue. That's it. Have fun.